Well, welcome everyone. Happy Wednesday. I think this is definitely my favorite day of the week. I get to see you all on this call and I get to share this incredible technology. I first want to thank you for taking the time to join the call and learn something that has been a total game changer in my life and so many others. Super simple, drug-free technology that's helping people feel better, heal faster, and reverse the aging process. We're going to get to how this all works in just a little bit, but just a little bit how I got started on this patch 16 months ago. I'm a health and empowerment coach helping people to empower themselves, get healthy, become the best versions of themselves. And my focus around my own health started 6 years ago when I woke up to my program mind and decided to change my life, my lifestyle habits and food choices. I lost 60 pounds, and this ended up just being the beginning of my reinvention. I walked away from my government career in HR due to lack of medical freedom a few years ago, really to follow my passion in helping people with true health and living a life of abundance. So, being a lifelong learner, I'm constantly open to new information and embracing change. And so, well over a year ago now, I was introduced to this revolutionary phototherapy patch. I have it here on my wrist in the field of regenerative science and age reversal. And this has had a huge impact on me, my health, my business as a coach, the health of my loved ones, and those that I have shared this with. So my personal belief began not right away, but when my 77-year-old mom started patching. She started to see benefits within a day or two of patching. This debilitating knee pain where she was going to physio 3 times a week. This inflammation she had for years eased up within a day or two. And she was, as I said, going to a physiotherapist 3 times a week. But that physio, when she went back that week, noticed more mobility, less inflammation. And she asked her what she was doing differently, what supplements she was taking. And she mentioned that all that had changed was this sticker that her daughter put on her. My mom also started to experience better quality of sleep, deeper sleep. She noticed much more energy during the day and was able to return to her regular scheduled activities of walking and gardening and swimming, caring for her younger grandkids. For me, the benefits have been life-changing as well. I started sleeping through the night a couple of days after I started patching, having vivid dreams, which I had not done in years. I no longer have this lower back, this tightness in my back, this compression issue that I had had on and off for years, mainly when I was standing and walking for long periods of time. So no more visits to the chiropractor since I started patching, and I was going every 3 weeks for kind of this maintenance. Also, no more stiff and sore joints. I recover quicker after working out. My energy, my mental clarity, my focus have improved. My mood has improved. I'm also pleased to report that I feel this sense of calm and less anxious in this crazy world. But really, what fires me up is that I know that the best is yet to come. My body is continuing to heal, repair, and age reverse. So before we get into the formal presentation, I'm going to have some people on this call share their powerful testimonial with you. And I would love if Deb, you could unmute yourself and share your story tonight.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I started patching last January, and I took a little longer to get going to feel the differences. For me, it took about 3 months, and I really needed sleep. I had a lot going on, a lot of stresses with aging mother and having to just deal with that on a daily basis. But however, 3 months, it was like a switch went off and I started sleeping through the night like a baby. I was just so grateful. My stress levels turned into a really nice calm. My brain fog was lifted. My energy increased. I also had a little bit of a sciatica issue, and that went away. So I didn't have to do as much massage or, worry about chiro or anything like that. So that was good. Lately, I would say in the last month or so, my skin tags are less. I've had two fall off, and so I was really impressed with that. My two most exciting things is that I have come off my thyroid support after being on it for about 3 years. And I just went for an eye exam and they decreased my prescription for my glasses. Hello.
Amazing.
I am thrilled. So, yeah,
Wow, that is
yeah,
amazing. Good for
yeah,
you, Deb. Yeah, I didn't know all that. That's amazing. So your eye
yeah.
and your thyroid support. So, and that was through a blood test then with the thyroid? Is that how they checked? Or did you just feel that you could come down off of some of that medication?
I'm pretty in tune with myself. I've been on the alternative path for so many years. I also see an iridologist. I also see a naturopath, and I also do muscle testing. And oh, there's another one more item also I'll get back to. But so I'm actually going to a Western medical doctor not till January because that's the soonest I could get in. So I will be comparing blood tests from last year to this year because what the Western medical picked up on was there was some issues starting with my heart. The iridologist picked up on it 2 years ago. The naturopath picked up on it 2 years ago. The iridologist and the naturopath both do muscle testing, which I totally believe in. And they both picked up on the heart without me saying anything. I just went for a checkup to my naturopath, and she's doing all her muscle testing and everything, and she's kind of like, and she's not really finding anything really jumping out, and I also had a sore shoulder, and she's going like, your shoulder seems like nothing is coming up for your shoulder. How's that doing? And I said, well, it's doing great. It doesn't bother me anymore. And she goes, yeah, well, I don't know what you've been doing, but that's good. And she goes, okay, this is weird. She goes, your heart, it's fine. She goes, that is so weird. She's like, she just didn't have any words. She couldn't come up with any explanation. However, I didn't say anything at that point. I will be going back to her in a while. So, anyways, yeah. So that was really cool. Was
Amazing.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Amazing. Great. Thank you so much for sharing, Deb. Keep us posted on your progress. Love it.
Thanks.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Mary, if you can go ahead and unmute and share your story.
Hey, you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Um, I'm continually amazed. Just again tonight, I was wearing my patch on the back of my neck, and I've been working really hard at home. I put it on my shoulder because I had a little pull in my shoulder, and within 5 minutes, the shoulder pull was gone. So that's my testimonial for tonight. But um, anyway, I started patching November 26th of 2024, just with random patches that I had been sent as a gift and had been sitting in my cupboard for a long time. Because for the whole year of 2024, I was on medical EI. I was off work. Um, my feet were so swelled I couldn't wear normal shoes. I was having heart palpitations and couldn't climb a flight of stairs. And I had tried, I'm a massage therapist and craniosacral practitioner, and I've been into natural health for a really long time. I was trying everything to get better. Nothing was working. And when I put the patch on, I was what they call a one patch wonder, I guess. And within 12 hours, like 70% of the inflammation was gone out of my feet. And do you have my foot
I
pictures
do.
there,
Yes, I'm going to share them right
Beth?
now.
Yeah. So when I put that patch on, I felt it
Oh, those
working
right
right
here.
away. And I was just amazed. So those pictures are probably about a dozen patches in, and not even every day, because when I first had them, I had no instructions. I didn't know how to use them. And I started patching consistently in January. And since then, let's see, I have my list here. my systemic inflammation is basically gone unless I eat foods that I'm not supposed to be eating. Brain fog is still clearing steadily. Like I am having more and more creative ideas pop into my head, which is really fun, to have my thinking getting clearer all the time. My mood is level and calm as a general rule, whereas before I was uh, uh, just really erratic. I was mostly depressed, I would say, just because of the position I was in and off work and everything. It was pretty tough slogging. But I've got my happiness back. Actually, that was one of the first things I noticed in as a really big deal. A few days of patching and I was laughing and I was joyful and it was foreign to me, which really was amazing. I didn't realize I had lost my ability to be happy along the way, so long on survival mode. Um, and I feel adaptable to my environment. So when problems come up, I don't crash anymore. I can work through them. My low back discomfort has melted away. I had been diagnosed with pretty severe degeneration between my L5 and S1 vertebrae, not much disc left, and I don't feel that. I don't feel that condition anymore. One day in the not too distant future, I hope to get X-ray and see what's actually going on there. I'd like to see some disc growing back, but we'll see. My voice has cleared and increased in range for singing. I had a steady daily coffee habit, and now I sometimes have a cup, sometimes not. But my craving for coffee and sugar just kind of went away almost right away. My hair has gotten thicker and fuller. Yeah, there's probably more. But my joints, my knees. So I wrecked my knees playing varsity volleyball, and I can now sit in a squat for an extended period of time and get back up with not even a crack anymore. No pain in my knees. So that's a pretty decent list, I think. And as I say, I just had another tonight. I was like, oh, my shoulder hurts a little bit. Put the patch on, poof, it melted away. So
Amazing. I love it.
yep.
And I know you've had a big move recently, and I know that if you were to have even considered doing something this massive, because we know how
Oh,
stressful a move is, you wouldn't have been able
I
to
couldn't.
fathom.
Yes. So this summer, talk about adaptability. My childhood homestead came up. It was like a miraculous uh, achievement. Anyway, the people who owned it contacted me and said they were selling, and within 6 weeks, I sold my house in town, bought the house in the country, did my taxes, dealt with a mortgage that was denied at first. My house was sold and I was denied the mortgage for the second one, got that worked out, and moved in the span of 6 weeks. All of that.
Amazing. Amazing.
And
And
we
your two
survived.
kids.
Yes, me and my two kids, and
Amazing.
it's in chaos still, but adaptability and here we are. So dreams are unfolding, and it's great. I have my life back.
I love it.
So
Thank you
yeah.
so much, Mary, for sharing tonight. Your story is so powerful. So keep us posted on everything that you're going to be seeing, and we love having you on these calls.
Okay, I will.
Thanks, Mary. Have a great night.
Yep, you too.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into a formal presentation now about why Mary and Deb are having these incredible results. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and we're gonna let you know all about why and how this patch supports your body's natural healing ability through your body's own light. So, disclaimer up front, LifeWave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease or medical condition. This patch is actually not a medical device that requires FDA approval. It is actually just considered a general wellness product by the FDA. Okay, so this is super fascinating. I certainly did not know this 16 months ago when I started patching. So it was a little bit of education for me, but our stem cells go dormant. So by the age of 30, healthy stem cells decrease by 60%. By 60 years old, those healthy stem cells decrease by a whopping 90%. And not only is the natural aging process contributing to our decline in health, but unfortunately, the modern world that we live in, this modern age of convenience and consumerism, we are inundated in our environment with different toxins and chemicals in the air, in the water, in the food, in the man-made synthetic radiation everywhere. All of this leads to cellular dysfunction. And so our bodies actually rely on healthy active stem cells to heal and repair the body. The fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age, the slower you heal. Stem cells, for those of you that don't know, I didn't know this either. They are the undifferentiated cells that become any cell in our body. Your heart cells, your lung cells, your liver cells, your hair cells, even your brain cells. We've heard of stem cell therapy before, but can we trust where these stem cells come from? Where are they sourced from? We know stem cell treatment can be pricey. It's not accessible. It's not easily accessible or available. It can have a huge risk to it because it's invasive. And it's actually only about 50% effective because these stem cells stay local to the injection site. And then you have to go back for repeat injections. So this is why regenerating your own stem cells within your body is so exciting and why this phototherapy patch is such a powerful option. So yes, I said phototherapy, meaning healing with light. Phototherapy seems to be becoming more of a mainstream lingo these days, right? With red light panels, red light therapy. But phototherapy is actually nothing new. It's been around since the dawn of time. All living beings depend on it. And the sun is nature's original phototherapy. It signals our bodies to make essential vitamin D. It signals other vital processes in the body. But photobiomodulation is a type of light therapy or phototherapy that uses specific wavelengths of light to stimulate cells that then promote the healing process, boosts energy production, reduces inflammation, improves blood flow, and helps with tissue repair. And what is exciting is that it is accessible. It's non-invasive, it's affordable, and it's risk-free. And so what if I told you that these little light patches, these little stickers, use this specific type of light therapy to increase a naturally occurring copper peptide in the body? Well, that's exactly what X39 patch does. So through this process of photobiomodulation, this little light patch increases the production of human GHKCU copper peptide, and this is known as the holy grail of age reversal. And so this is not synthetic peptides that you are injecting. These are not exogenous. They are your own naturally occurring. And unfortunately, just like with stem cells, they also decrease with age. This copper peptide was actually isolated back in the 70s. And so there is 50 years of research. We know all about this amazing copper peptide. Lauren Picard isolated it back in 1973. So you can research for yourself, find all kinds of studies at pubmed.gov, this online repository of scientific research. So some of the incredible benefits of GHKCU that we know is that it boosts collagen and elastin production. So this is occurring naturally in our body. It boosts it with GHKCU. It supports tissue repair, regeneration. It's known to have multiple anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, anti-pain, and even anti-cancer properties. GHKCU is also known to reset over 4,000 genes in our genome. So basically resetting DNA to a younger, healthier state. But what is truly exciting is that GHKCU reactivates our own dormant stem cells within our bodies, and it does this through the power of this patch. So the X39 from LifeWave is a wearable phototherapy patch about the size of a quarter. It consists of organic materials, amino acids like sugar, amino acids and sugars, water, oxygen, and salt. Those are the 5 ingredients that make this crystal lattice structure that reflect these wavelengths of light. And what I love about it, what sold me on it, is that there is nothing going into your skin, nothing going into your body. They are non-transdermal. They're latex free. They do not contain any drugs, chemicals, or stimulants. So they're safe to use without interfering with any medications. because there are no contraindications. Nothing is being absorbed into your body. It's actually a completely different mechanism. So this patented product uses the process of photobiomodulation, so it's activated by your own infrared heat. We are all light beings. We all emit this low-level infrared light. We are all warm to the touch. You can see that heat coming off us when, wearing those night vision goggles. So think of this patch as a mirror, reflecting specific light frequencies back into the body, signaling these biological changes at the cellular level, including upgrading the GHKCO copper peptide that then reactivates your dormant stem cells. So now that you know how it works, we're going to go into the benefits. So number one, it reduces inflammation and pain. And really why this is so important is because we know that a fundamental common thread in all chronic diseases is inflammation. It improves strength, stamina, and energy levels. And it actually does this by specifically targeting the mitochondria to help make more energy in the cells. And this is why people experience that energy boost. It improves muscle and bone density, so strengthening, building lean, strong muscles and bones. We know that Olympians, professional athletes use this to gain a competitive edge, but it is great for anyone wanting to level up their physical game. It helps with mental clarity, reduces stress. I've definitely noticed this in myself with less brain fog, more mental clarity, not forgetting things. It balances hormones, eases anxiety, also cycle regulation for women. Some of my friends, including Mary on here and Deb, they've noticed that this sense of calm, like a weight has been lifted off their shoulders. It improves hair growth, skin appearance. It increases collagen and elastin production. So both men and women are reporting new hair growth and returning back to their normal, natural hair color. It helps with wound healing and scars. So we know that surgeons are recommending their use on their patients pre and post surgery for faster healing. It improves sleep. So many people reporting deeper sleep, having vivid dreams. This is one of the most common benefits people have right off the bat. This has had a huge benefit for me. We know how important sleep is, right? Because that's when the healing and the repair work happens. And what really sets this apart from anything out there, and there's nothing comparable, is that this little patch works systemically. So it works to repair and heal all over the body with a 2100% increase in stem cell proliferation rate. So now let's look at the long-term results. So within the first few days, your body starts to reset over 4,000 genes. So this is whether you feel it or not. And that is no small feat. We only actually have around 20,000 genes in our whole genome. So resetting over 4,000 is significant. Some of you may have heard of the benefits of the so-called benefits, I'll say, of red wine, that molecule in it that's called resveratrol that resets 2 genes. And here we are talking about resetting 4,000 genes with this patch. Then within 6 weeks, the brain becomes more balanced, more mental clarity, less brain fog, more focus, better memory. People are reporting less anxiety, less depression, many people coming off their anxiety meds, their antidepressants. What a gift with so many suffering from mental health issues in our world. Within 3 months, collagen increases. I mentioned this before. Oftentimes, people think about collagen as having to do with the hair, skin, and nails, the outward appearance, but collagen is actually the most abundant protein in the body. It's needed all throughout our vascular system, all of our blood vessels, our fascia, which supports our organs. Collagen is the master protein in our body, and we can create it with this patch. Then within 6 months, the heart actually reverses in age by 8 years. Many testimonials, including Deb on here, who's sharing about her heart functioning. But people no longer in AFib, experiencing AFib, no longer requiring surgery, coming off their blood pressure medications, powerful, powerful testimonials and studies with improved heart function. And one of my favorite quotes about this product coming from David Schmidt, it is not anti-aging, it is actually age reversal. So how do you wear it? Super simple to wear this patch. It's adhesive. It has medical grade tape. So you stick it on the body, stick it on the skin. What I love about it though is that it's activated by your own heat. So you can even put it in your pocket, stick it to your clothes, stick it to your other undergarments, and it is going to be effective. And that's why we want to caution people not to transport them to other people on you or in your pocket, or strapped to a purse that's maybe heating up, that's on your body. I usually wear it on my wrist if I'm wanting to advertise it, but you can really put it anywhere on the body. You have pain, put it on the pain site. You wear it for 12 hours during the day, you take it off at night. It's disposable, so there's a little bit of life left in it, so you can actually put it on your pet, put it on their collar. They get the benefit of the rest of the patch, but you put a new one on the next day. So you want to make sure that there's a break from the stimulation of light. Otherwise, the body gets used to it. It's not as effective, and we call that attenuation. So the light energy in our body actually works off of the water network in our body. So it's important to keep hydrated. The biggest thing about wearing this patch is remembering to put it on and take it off, and keeping hydrated. So with a good quality sea salt, unrefined salt, because it has all of the minerals, the electrolytes in it, those minerals is what actually pull the water into the cells, and actually how we hydrate inside the cells and keep hydrated. And because this is working through a copper peptide, it's important that we have available copper in the body. Great sources of copper include organ meats, which is a superfood in general. Everyone loves the beef liver. Oysters, shellfish are also great. Avocados, nuts, and seeds, so cashews and sunflower seeds, and even just a little piece of the bitter dark chocolate, like the 90%, gives you enough copper for the day. So what to expect? I definitely recommend that you note your current state of health before you start. So, and even mark down some specific issues, even taking pictures of your skin, your hair, your scars, your veins. Write out your wish list, track your progress. We provide a health tracker to new users to track progress. It's important to remember that every body is different. Everyone has a different experience, a different state of health, a different toxic load. So you definitely want to give it time. David Schmidt, the inventor, recommends committing to it for a month for every decade you are old. However, after 3 months, 97% of users experience a noticeable difference. So it's important to be patient and consistent. And although we want these patches to do something specific, the body knows best. It's extremely intelligent, and it is going to heal and repair and do what it needs to do in priority sequence. We are merely just supporting the body do what it does best. Sometimes your body will focus on areas you didn't expect. So you may have wanted to start patching because you had knee pain, but you actually start feeling less anxious and more mental focus. This was the experience of a good friend of mine, and then it was her knee pain that diminished. Also, healing takes energy. So if you are tired, listen to your body, rest, get that extra sleep, because that is when the healing and the repair actually takes place. Practice deep breathing. That's always a good practice, but allow that circulation to happen. Something to note too, that you might actually feel a little off. Some people do, and that when they start patching, and that's likely because you're stirring up a lot of toxins. You just really need to clear them, and that's why the deep breathing, keeping hydrating, keeping those detox pathways open is so vital. Okay, so a couple other before and after pictures I'd like to share. So you can see on the left-hand side here, the progression of hair growth. And so this is over a 6-month period of time with the hair really filling in, that part closing in. As I mentioned, lots of testimonials about natural hair color returning. Then on the right-hand side, so this scoliosis, this before and after picture of this curvature of the spine. And as you can see, this woman, she was wearing the X39 and actually ice wave patches for pain, which is one of the patches that David Schmidt created before the X39. But this healing took place in a 4-week period. All right, and now here on the left is a condition called vitiligo. So this condition is where the skin becomes depigmented due to a lack of melanin. It's often related to an autoimmune disease, but as you can see, it virtually disappears after this woman wore the X39 stem cell patch. I've also had a little girl, Summer, who's been on my call before, and she has also, her and her mom have been on and sharing about their amazing results with vitiligo. Then on the right-hand side, remarkable difference in the before and after of this surgical wound. So this was likely, I believe it was a knee replacement, healing after only 2 days on this patch. As I said, surgeons are recommending these patches pre and post surgery due to the really efficient, quick healing time. So when we talk about brain health and coherence, so this is an image of a 77-year-old woman. It's actually an image of a functional EEG. It's her brain scan. On the left-hand side, session 1, before the use of the X39, the red in the image showing high inflammation and then lack of brain coherence. Then after only 3 weeks, you can see session 2 where there's virtually no red, no more inflammation. The dark blue is actually a low energy state, but the green part is where you really start to see some more brain coherence come in. But then session 3, this is 6 weeks in, only 6 weeks. There is still no inflammation, a lot more of that green coming in, indicative of that higher brain function. And again, right, this is only 6 weeks of the 77-year-old woman. Okay, so I'd love to share who the genius is behind this incredible technology. David Schmidt is the CEO of this 20-year-old company. He actually has over 200 patents to his name now and working on more. He started actually working in the US government. He was part of the Navy SEAL survival program, creating something that could keep the SEALs alert, mentally focused on missions that lasted 36 hours. And that is actually when the first LifeWave patch was born. That was his first patent. Then he found himself through his networks at Stanford University putting those original patches on the US women's Olympic swim team. They ended up having tremendous success and set personal records, but this was 20 years ago. But in 2008, David realized that the future of medicine was in stem cells, and that's when he began to figure out a way that he could leverage the natural stem cells that are inside the human body. So after 10 years of research, $4.5 million later, by 2020, he had received a 20-year patent on the X39. And so this company went from this $20 million company, steady state, to closing out 2024 last year over 600 million. We are on the trajectory of closing out this year at $1 billion. So over the past 4 years, this is a 3,000% growth rate. There is nothing else like it on the market. And LifeWave has been recognized for this massive growth by Direct Selling News, DSN, with the Bravo Growth Award. They honor companies with the highest year-over-year revenue growth on the Global 100 list. So companies that are not only scaling their business, but setting new benchmarks for the entire industry. So again, we've received this Bravo Growth Award for actually 2 years in a row now. So there is really no competition out there in the market. This is a novel product. No one else has this, and there's no competition because the X39 holds this 20-year patent until 2040. So you can read up on the 22-page patent, but this one paragraph really says it all. Elevates copper peptide, activates stem cells, improvements in strength, stamina, pain relief. So the patent is on the structure, the material, remember the crystal lattice structure, right? And that's where the patch reflects the specific frequencies of light back into the body. They had to prove that it works in order to get this patent. So clinical studies were done that show significant increase in the production of this copper peptide, and it was measured through blood samples, urine analysis, other lab analysis. I encourage you to check out the patents, the studies, great videos at this website. Thisisitinfo.com. It is a great website with videos explaining the technology. David Schmidt has interviews on there, other doctors being interviewed on there. And there's also a whole section on testimonials. So everything from neuropathy. There's a whole section on children. So you can just click this and find some YouTube videos there. But this is a really powerful site to go check out. Thisisitinfo.com. So what we've introduced you tonight goes far beyond the surface because it's not only just about less pain or more energy. It's about what that healing allows you to do, allows you to thrive with more energy, more confidence, feeling better from the inside out. And for some, it could even be financial freedom with the momentum of this company. So simply sharing, blessing your friends and family, you can offset the cost of your patches, make an extra bill payment, or live a life with more ease, maybe even a life of abundance. This is the power of the patch. So let me show you how you can get started. LifeWave offers 3 options to enroll. These prices are in US dollars. And so for a month's worth of patches, so that's 30 patches in one sleeve, it's an envelope. So first you can enroll as a retail customer paying full pop. We see practitioners in the States set themselves up like this, offering this to their patients. But of course, we want to promote getting set up with the wholesale pricing of $99 US. So you have 2 options. You can sign up as a preferred customer, commit to a monthly subscription, or as a brand partner. And we typically recommend the brand partner option because not only can you take advantage of the wholesale pricing, but you can also secure a spot on the team, can leverage the incredible momentum this company is experiencing by building a business without additional cost. There is no overhead, just the cost of your personal patches. So what we often see is that people begin to experience success. They naturally want to share them with others and they can earn a commission. And sometimes they end up building a full-time business. And so we have many people on our team that saw the vision, they saw the opportunity and are building successful businesses. So signing up as a brand partner, there is no pressure to share or build a business, nor is there an additional investment or commitment. You are just paying for the cost of your personal patches. And there are several enrollment kits to get you started. As you can see with these patches, the more that you purchase upon signing up, the better the value. The cost of the sleeves come down considerably for your initial order. You can upgrade anytime through these enrollment kits and just pay the difference and receive the difference in the number of sleeves. That way you can start sharing them with friends and family in your life, your aging parents, loan them out to people as they wait for their order. It's super fun to start loaning them out, as they wait for their order to come in. And having extra sleeves on hand is a great way to set yourself up for success right out of the gate. So we do have a very attractive compensation plan for those interested in sharing the product. It's a binary compensation plan where you are building 2 teams and to hit a right team and a left team. And so to hit the first rank and open up the full compensation plan, it's as easy as sharing with 4 people in your life, 4 people that you love, 4 people that you want to bless with this, and you hit the first rank of manager. It took me a couple of weeks to hit this rank when I first started. But just in August, I hit the second highest rank in the company, presidential director. And so in just the 16 months that I've been with this company and sharing it, I have been able to surpass my monthly income that I earned in my 23-year career in HR. And I am new. I am new to direct sales. So it goes to show that we definitely have an incredible leadership team that you too can leverage. So this company is on this massive trajectory. Our team, the team that we are on is the #1 team in the whole company. It has incredible leadership and supports and training and systems in place to grow your business. You do not need any prior experience in sales or network marketing. It really is all about helping people through the freedom model. And so with health being at the foundation of it all, because without health, nothing else matters. So I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the call tonight, to be open to learning about this unconventional healing modality. I encourage you, please reach out to the person who invited you on this call because they are going to guide you and set you up with the best pricing and package available. And I would love to open up for questions to those new on the call tonight. But to kick it off, my closing question for you is, what if investing in your health gave you the greatest return of your life? All right, so I'm just going to stop sharing and I haven't kept up with the chats, but it doesn't seem to be any questions there. Oh, did I freeze? You're okay? Okay. All right. I don't know if anyone has any questions tonight, but feel free to put your hand up for those new to the call, those new to this technology. Would love to field your questions tonight. I don't see any questions, so I'm taking that as a positive thing that things are clear. It's a lot of information. I get that, but please reach out to the person that invited you on the call because they will be able to answer any further questions you have or get you set up. This recording will be on my YouTube channel shortly as soon as I download it and upload it and all that fun stuff. So you can share this out once it's up there. My YouTube channel is Beth Blackmore, super simple to find. And I hope to see you all on the team soon. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.
Thanks.